If you know me, you know I love a good stiff cup of joe. Now, my taste in coffee is pretty much reflective of my personality. It's hot, dark, and bitter. Now, allow me to elucidate a little bit on my coffee of choice. It is a large coffee, 2 shots of espresso, black. Now, maybe a dash of sweetener, but it's mostly black and straight up. Explains a lot, right? And yes, I drink way too much of it, way too much. Now, back in the old days when I used to travel for work a lot, I was always on the lookout for really cool little coffee places. Those were the long and rigorous days where I always needed a lot of caffeine because it was 12, 14-hour days. And I used to hunt down these small local independent coffee shops. Now, I'll go to a corporate place if there's absolutely no other choice, but my go to is small indie businesses. And they are always an awesome time. I mean, it keeps you in touch with the local art community in most cases, and you get to meet some other small business owners, get a kind of sense of the small business scene. And yes, trust me, this story is going somewhere. It's not one of my usual ramblings. But before I get too far, I am E.H. Howard, and this is the Toolbox Challenge. And I hear you ask him, what's this Toolbox Challenge thing? So let me explain. It's a pretty simple idea. Now, as an independent owner, you are the VP of sales, the head of marketing, and the CEO of everything and anything, right? Now, in that position, you're going to meet a lot of people you need to connect with fast and easy, while also coming off as authentic, real, and genuine. And that's quite the trick to pull off, but that's the goal here, all right? We want to have some new experiences that we can store for later in a metaphorical toolbox, experiences that we can tap into when we need to connect with a new person easier and faster. All right, you kind of get the idea. You're all smart people. I'm not talking to a bunch of idiots here. All right, so let's get into the challenge, shall we? Now, in this challenge, we're going to have to leave the office, unfortunately. I know, I'm sorry. I hate to do it too, but sometimes you got to get out there and kind of do things. Now, having said that, we're going to visit a local coffee or tea shop. So it's kind of fun. It's not a chain place, all right? Like the place we won't name, but you need to go to a small, local, independently owned coffee or tea shop. Now, it might take some hunting to find, but I know you can do it. I know you can find one. Now, here's where we get into some of the guardrails that we're going to do. First, again, it has to be a not a corporate business, but it has to be a larger local business or a one location place. Okay, so no more than 5 locations. You need to sit in the shop, relax, and enjoy your beverage. You need to sit there for as long as it takes for you to finish your libation. And I'm going to kind of give you a little side quest here, okay? So kind of think about this. If the owner is there and they are free to talk, introduce yourself. Do not sell to them, all right? The idea here is to simply meet fellow owners and start to build a community. There's nothing wrong with knowing more people, being neighborly, being friendly. Just don't turn it into a cold call, all right? Don't be that person. All right, number 3. While you're enjoying your hot beverage, pay attention to what's going on around you. Take the whole scene in. Breathe in the experience. Have an experience. Look at the consumers. See the world around you. See what's happening. Because we can get so wrapped up in our day-to-day businesses that we can't sometimes see 2 feet in front of us. Now that means no cell phones, no socials, no checking email, no talking on the phone to somebody. The world will not end in the roughly 30 minutes it's going to take for you to enjoy a cup of tea or coffee. All right? So get out there, take a half hour for yourself, forget about all the BS that's going on, because Lord knows we all want to, and focus on the task in front of you. But most important, have some fun. Now, when you're done, come back for the reflection portion and we can kind of talk about the experience and kind of process it. But seriously, get out, have some fun, enjoy yourself, and I'll see you in a few. Welcome back. I'm E.H. Howard, and you can decide if that's a good thing or not. All right, this is the reflection portion for the coffee shop challenge. And for this section, you're going to need something, all right? A notebook, the Notes app, anything that you want to keep and process your notes in to kind of process the experience. Now, something that we can come back to, you can refer to later. I use a Moleskine, one of these kind of babies, and you use whatever you're comfortable with, but don't get wrapped up in finding the perfect notebook. If you absolutely need it, there's a worksheet included in the description below. Use that, all right? But you get it. Let's get to the important part of this section. All right, I want you to ask yourself first question. Overall, how was the experience for you? Were you able to relax and just sit there? Were you able to resist looking at your phone? That's a tough one, right? Next question. Did you introduce yourself? Now, I get it. That can be a bit anxiety inducing. So if you didn't, it's okay. Maybe set it as a goal for the next time. What was the vibe, as the kids would say in the coffee house? Was it rustic, modern? Was it professional? Was it artsy? Was there cool paintings hanging on the wall? Were there people working there, or was it more of a socializing kind of neighborhood get-together thing? What did you like about the experience? It has the best damn coffee I've ever had. They had some really great pastries. I got to meet a really nice new business person. It was nice to just sit around and experience the world for once. Or, hey, I think my best bud would love this place. I'm going to recommend it to him. Now, that brings us to our next question. How would you recommend it to your bestie? You know them, so that kind of gives you some insight on how to approach them, how to kind of convince them better than somebody else would. Conversely, how would you recommend it to a client or a consumer? That's a different ball of wax. You know them, but you don't know them that well. So what do you say? How do you phrase it? What do you put into your recommendation that could move them to get there without really knowing them, all right? You don't know their taste, you don't know anything about them, so that one's the challenge. But that one's also the one that reflects to how we talk about our business to other consumers. Now, with this challenge, we started looking around at the world around us, what it feels like, what it looks like, and we've been practicing again how to talk about things that aren't our business so we can improve our skills in talking about our business, all right? We get so wrapped up in the day-to-day that we kind of shorthand things, we lose sight of the little things in life, and before you know it, it's all gone. And I think that's kind of it for this challenge. Now, if you're up to it, and if you feel like it, share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. I would love to hear your personal experiences. And also, don't forget, join the tribe. Visit join.ehhoward.com and sign up today. There's a lot you get, and I really won't bother you that much, I promise. I don't like to be bothered, so I don't bother people. All right, while you're there, check out everything else that's available. There's some great content. There's courses, mini courses, workbooks, basics videos, you name it. All of it is designed to give you the opportunities that I wished I'd had when I started my business. And one last thing, make sure you follow me on social media. I am literally E.H. Howard everywhere. You might miss something fun. Who knows? All right. I want to thank you again if you made it this far for spending time of your day with me and I really, really, truly appreciate it. I can't believe that I'm lucky enough to have you stick around this long. I think that's it. I will see you in the next challenge, and get out there and grab another cup of joe and have another enjoyable day. I'll see you in the next video.